Oh, Seth, this is awesome right here.
What you got there, buddy?
It's the new KHOU app. For instance, if you want the best of hip-hop, boom, Bun B in the house.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
I know.
It's quick.
You like country music?
Yeah, I love it.
Check this out. Roger Kreger.
Oh, man, that's so lifelike. It looked like he's right there.
And with this app, I can play both of them at the same time.
Wow. I didn't know we had this in the budget, man.
I know. Sports Extra begins now.
All right.
2015. A new year. Bigger goals. Are you ready? The fans, the cheerleaders, the hits, an explosive offense, star-studded defense.
That's with the recovery. The Texans have it. Rock and roll. Touchdown, Texans.
Opponents, watch your back.
Pushing. We can do anything, man.
The Houston Texans are coming for you.
It's on.
To the right, throws, end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Now, KHOU 11 Sports Extra Special Edition, brought to you by the new Metro.
Hello and welcome to our KHOU Texans special. I'm Pablo Alcina, and get ready for 1 hour of Texans football, fun, and entertainment. Let's go Texans! In our special, you will see highlights, hear from the players, learn diet tips from the Texans cheerleaders, get an inside look at the life of a player's wife, plus hip-hop star Bun B talking Texans, and a musical performance by country singer Roger Kreger. We have it all. And remember, you are part of the show. You can tweet hashtag KHOU Go Texans. We will retweet the best comments, we will reply during and after the show, and we will follow some of you on Twitter. We want to know your expectations for the Texans. Hashtag KHOU Go Texans. Finally, 2015 Texans football is here. We are ready for the season. We are pumped for our Texans. Let's get hyped, Houston.
The Texans finished last season rolling.
The expectation here in Houston will always be to win.
Now they are ready to steamroll the AFC South. They have a hard-hitting defense and the power of the best defensive player in the NFL.
J.J. Watt got him for a loss.
On offense, the Texans don't need any luck. They have a new starting quarterback.
I want to go out there and earn it, the respect of my teammates.
And a rising star with major hops.
I can't help it. You know, I'm out here making plays, just trying to help this team.
And the Houston Texans also have you.
This is what it's all about.
The greatest fans in the NFL.
And if you ain't here, you ain't nowhere, baby.
Go Texans.
With us, ex-Texan Seth Payne. Seth, are you excited for the season?
I'm excited, man. I'll tell you what, when you're a player right now, you're trying to focus in on Friday and Saturday. But Sunday, when you walk out through that tunnel into NRG and the crowd is going crazy, you only get to do that a few times in your life. It's just awesome.
Let's focus on the best part of the team, that defense.
Right, and Jadeveon Clowney especially, we're all excited to see what he can do. This kid is special. He's a freak. I've never seen an athlete quite like him. He takes the wraps off on Sunday, and we hope we get to see something really special.
Woo, Clowney, Woolfolk, Watt, I want to see that, but now there's a little bit of a situation, problems in the linebacker core.
Inside linebacker Mike Mohammed, who is slated to start the game, he's injured. He's the best at pass coverage among the linebackers, so that's an issue versus Kansas City's Travis Kelce. That pass rush up front, Jadeveon Clowney, J.J. Watt, they have to be even better to make up for this loss.
More with Seth Payne coming up. We're going to break down all the key players and much more in this special edition, Texans edition of Sports Extra.
The Texans' defensive line dominated last year with J.J. Watt. This season, it got bigger, much bigger. New addition Vince Wilfork will be an anchor at nose tackle. Wilfork brings his size, power, and 2 Super Bowl rings to the Texans' D-line.
Now joining us is our quarterback, Matt Musial. Matt, are you hyped for the season?
I'm so pumped for this season. And you know, the quarterback situation was what everyone talked about during the offseason. I thought Coach Bill O'Brien favored Brian Hoyer throughout, but when it got right down to it, this was a true competition. Now, we couldn't attend every practice and every meeting this past month, but through the first part of training camp and the preseason, the quarterback competition certainly looked very even. But all along, head coach Bill O'Brien was certain of one thing. He knew he should make his decision before the third and most important preseason game.
Told the group, the quarterbacks first, and and then the team that we're going to name Brian Hoyer the starting quarterback for our team right now.
Coach Bill O'Brien made the announcement August 24th, but this decision had been months in the making. Through OTAs, minicamp, and training camp, he just thought Brian Hoyer was more consistent at the position than Ryan Mallett.
Yeah, obviously excited. It's been a lot of hard work that goes into this, and I think both Ryan and I both competed very hard.
Yes, they did. And realistically, it wouldn't have been that hard to make the case for Mallett being the starter, but Hoyer it is. And even though Mallett is always a very supportive teammate, he also sounded like he was predicting the future after the announcement was made.
Yeah, obviously I'm disappointed. I don't agree with it, but it's for the best of the team. So I'm just going to wait till my turn gets called. And at some point it's going to happen this year. So we played 4 quarterbacks last year, so I'll do what I have to do to better the team.
The other member of our team, Dan Gotera. Dan, are you pumped?
I'm fired up, man. I can't wait for this thing to get started.
Dan, Matt, I'm Pablo. Now it's time for a very special segment we like to call
Okay, I'm starting out with the good of the quarterback competition, and that's easy because the quarterback play was solid all during the preseason. Brian Hoyer completed 16 of his 26 passes, including this nice touchdown pass to Cecil Shorts. And he had no interceptions. Yes, that was good. And here's more good from Ryan Mallett this time. Mallett completed 24 of his 37 passes for 190 yards during the preseason. He did not throw any touchdown passes, but he wasn't intercepted either. Neither Hoyer or Mallett was great this preseason, but both were definitely good. Now let's go to Daniel for the bad.
All right, Matt, and it revolves around a guy who really impressed a lot of fans, but unfortunately saw his preseason run cut short with a tough injury. I'm talking about Tom Savage, who took this big hit in the fourth quarter of the final preseason game against the Cowboys. The team placed him on injured reserve several days later with a severe shoulder strain. It could have been a broken collarbone. Now, this serves as a lesson of sorts. Lots of teams carry 4 quarterbacks on the training camp roster, not only because of the competition, but to give several guys more reps during meaningless football games. The Texans weren't going to play Hoyer or Mallett in Dallas, and it left Savage open to a much bigger risk. It's really too bad because the progress he showed from last season to this one was great. Just a bad decision from the front office to leave them with no other option. And now here's Pablo.
The ugly falls to me, and the ugly is the fallout from Hoyer being named the starter and Mallett's reaction to being the backup. Ryan Mallett was missing at practice the day after the QB announcement. That was as ugly as it gets. He then showed his frustrations to the press, even said he will be the starter eventually. Bill O'Brien clearly wasn't pleased by the quarterback. Then in the last preseason game, Tom Savage gets hurt. Mallett enters the game and a bad pass on a must-have 4th down. Mallett, last year we played 4 quarterbacks. We need you to be ready, and I'm sure he will be. It's great that the Texans have 2 good quarterbacks because at any moment, the backup may need to become the starter. Plenty more on our Texans special. Coming up, we break down all and the differences, the difference makers this season for the Texans. Plus, great reasons why a Texans game is the perfect setting for a first date.